I had like the most mind-blowing appointment with my cardiologist. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I have 2 doctor's appointments today, so I thought I would vlog my day. Right now it's about, I don't know, I think like 12:30. I have a 1:30 appointment. I have to leave in like 15 minutes, but I've been rushing and getting ready. But I have a lot of schoolwork that I need to bring with me to also blow dry my hair. And I'm gonna try and do that in between my appointments because I have a bit of a gap. I don't know, depends on how on time my first appointment is. So I'll kind of bring you guys along with me throughout this chaotic day. Yeah, I'm running late, so I have to go, but I finished obviously getting dressed and didn't have time to do all of my meds and IV stuff, so I'm gonna do that hopefully before I get to my appointment. I might have a little bit of extra time. I have to quickly get this going. Of course, the person in front of me is gonna be getting out of their car watching me. Like the first time you push anything through after it like not being attached, I'm always nervous it's gonna come flying out somewhere because that has happened many times. Okay. Perfect. Now, my car looks like a tornado hit it. Oh my goodness. So I also brought stuff for my IV because I have an afternoon IV that's due. But I didn't bring the IV pump itself. So it doesn't do me a whole lot of good. And that's frustrating because my next appointment is actually with my cardiologist. And it's helpful if I've done all of my IVs so they can get, oh my goodness, now we're tangled. So they can get an accurate like orthostatic vital set on me. Oh my goodness, this is a nightmare. You know what, right now, it's just gonna have to be. All right. So I just got back to my car from my GI appointment and it went really well. He was really glad to see that I look and feel better. There previously had been some debate about gastroparesis, and we knew that I had it, but I had had a couple gastric emptying studies that were normal. However, based on symptoms and the fact that I've had many endoscopies where there's still like a bunch of food left in my stomach 12 plus hours later. Again, we knew I had dysmotility, and that was never in debate. We knew my colon, my small intestines, and then, like I said, it was hard to nail down the stomach one, in part because my GI said this, that the problem with the gastric emptying studies is that they don't necessarily show you in your natural environment, meaning like if I only eat a small piece of toast and like 1 egg white, that's something that is recommended by dietitians for gastroparesis. So it needs to be more kind of our normal diets. I'm just relaying what he said. Don't come at me about this. I am not a doctor. And essentially he and my motility doctor are on the same page about it. So at this point, I am going to see him again in a couple months. And, yeah, it was really good to see him. We talked about the fact that my POTS doctor is no longer going to be seeing POTS patients. So that's actually my next appointment, which is interesting. There's a little bit of drama behind that, but I'm not gonna go into that. It's not my place, ultimately. It took a long time. He was running really late, so it took an hour and a half, but yeah, I'm about to go leave and plug my iPad in, so maybe I can do some reading for my class before I get to my next appointment, like in the parking lot. So I'll update after that. I just got here to my cardiologist's office and I have to make a couple phone calls. I saw a neuro-ophthalmologist. Let's see if I can set this here. It's better. And he basically said that oh gosh, my car's gonna keep beeping. that there is permanent damage. Well, we're hoping it's not permanent damage to one of the blood vessels. Oh, sorry, not blood vessel. One of the nerves in one of my eyes. And at this point, he wants to put me in glasses. Not these glasses, but they don't have a prescription in them, meaning my eyesight is 20/20, but I have double vision and I have a lot of light sensitivity, particularly to blue light. And I guess in order to help the nerve heal, we have to prevent most blue light from getting in because it won't allow the nerve to heal. So he wrote something on my prescription that was confusing, and I emailed him through the portal last week. I haven't heard anything back. I emailed him on like Wednesday and it's now Monday. So I'm gonna call his office. This is the joy of having a chronic illness. I really literally spend so much time on the phone trying to get information from doctors, trying to talk to insurance to get things approved. Yeah, it's very annoying. So
Thank you for calling Dr.
okay, cool. Well, now I can order my glasses because I've been holding off. He wanted to put this like pink tint in it. It's called like FL41 or something. That is, I don't know, it's supposed to help, I guess, but his office said that I can do just the blue light blocking if I can't find the FL41. And quite honestly, part of the problem is we're going to be changing this prescription anywhere from, like, I see him again in 2.5 months. He may change it then. I'm going to see him again at 6 months. He may change it then. And then I'm going to see him again at 9 months and he may change it then. And then again at a year. And we'll see how much damage has been healed. The double vision I've had pretty much my entire life, so I quite honestly don't expect that to be healed. But the blue light blocking is definitely an issue. And looking at like screens, or just looking at my phone, as much as possible, I try to remember to wear these. Once I get the actual glasses, I'll have to wear them 24, well, I'll have to wear them all the time, minus when I sleep, obviously. So let's see, I know I have another phone call to make. Oh, I need to call my allergist's office because I had an allergic reaction to a treatment that I had on Friday. Luckily, I have a bunch of IV meds at home that I was able to stop it, but it required several doses over a 24, well, it wasn't quite 24 hours. I think it was 14 or 16 hours, whatever. But it made my tongue numb and like tingly. It felt like my tongue fell asleep. And then it also made me really short of breath. And quite honestly, I'm still having some of that shortness of breath. So mixed feelings about reporting this, to be totally honest, because the treatment has been very helpful. So, okay. Anyway, I'm going to call this and I have to get into the doctor.
All circuits are busy. Please try your call again later.
Okay, well, never mind. Now I need to call the infusion company that
they're busy. Please try your call again later. Announcement 8.
That's so weird. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to go into this appointment and I will update after, either in the car or when I get home. Okay, so I just got home. I had like the most mind-blowing appointment with my cardiologist. I'm not going to share a lot of what happened. However, gosh, I don't even know how to like, trying to decide. I don't know, long story short, he is one of the only dysautonomia like cardiologists here in LA, and unfortunately he is closing his dysautonomia like portion of his clinic. There was a lot that we talked about. It was kind of my final appointment with him. He's gonna talk to my like new doctor and try to get information over to them, their practice, and I don't know, it was just a lot of information and very interesting. I'm now home. I have not eaten since like 11 a.m. and what time is it? It's like 6 o'clock. So, I mean, I've been getting feeds this whole time, but I need food. So, I'm gonna go home and yeah. I've been home for a few hours and what whatever's been going on with my spine is making it so, like, all of a sudden I go from being okay to having really severe pain. It feels like my head, if you've ever seen those, like, in, like, spine doctors' offices, the model that shows the, like, skull and then the whole spine. It feels like if you imagined, like, I don't know, some sort of, like imagine the top vertebra is like some sort of, like, almost a pillar of sorts. It feels like instead of my neck moving with my skull or vice versa, it feels like my skull moves in one particular angle on both sides, like away from my neck, if that makes sense. And when I try to, like, because it hurts immediately, I try to, like, go back to a position that doesn't hurt, and it, like, gets, like, stuck almost. It's super painful. So that happened like 30 minutes ago, and I've been sitting here in bed waiting, quite honestly, until it's time to go to bed so that I can maybe sleep some of this off. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's so frustrating for me because a lot of times I've been having more energy, which can be great, but it doesn't get rid of my chronic illness, if that makes sense. Like, when you have such debilitating fatigue like I had for so long and still sometimes have, excuse me, and then you start to have some energy, it's like I feel like everything else should go away too. Sadly, it's not how it works. So at this point, I'm gonna attempt to see if I can read for my class. I really doubt it because I can't really move my neck a whole lot, but yeah. And I'll probably just end up watching TV and going to bed soon. Yeah, the, like, roller coaster of all this stuff is really hard for me. I have a day like today where I felt good and I was out of the house for a long time, like almost 6 hours. And, you know, I was doing well and then this happened. So I know I said that I wasn't going to really talk about what happened with my cardiologist, and I'm not going to, except to say that part of what was so mind-boggling to me was he kind of filled me in on why he is no longer seeing POTS patients. If you know who this doctor is, that's great. I'm not going to share what he shared with me because I don't feel like it's my place. But it was just surprising, I guess, for me. Some of the reasoning was different than I guess I would have thought, or I assumed it was. So yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna wrap this up, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe to the, oh my gosh. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you want, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.